Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to start a new series for PySpark and this is going to be the session 1. Like in this session we are going to see what is data frame and its transformation. Like basic transformation we shall cover in this session. So if someone asks what is data frame, we should answer like it is nothing but the collection of data. Like data frame is nothing but the collection of data organized in the rows and columns. Basically the two-dimensional structure. For example, let's say I have Excel. In this Excel the entire sheet, right? That is considered as a data frame, where your data is organized in the two-dimensional structure only. Like if you see the comma delimited, it is available. So you can see like all the data are arranged in the rows and columns format. So that is called a data frame. But the data set is something subset of data in the data frame. Like if suppose I'm going to deal only with the serial number and gender column in my what to say in my data frame, this in the child data frame or something, so that is called the data set. So data set is nothing but the subset of data, only a small data, or the data that you're going to deal with that particular join condition or something from filter condition. So that is called the data set. So data set is nothing but the subset of data in the data frame. Okay, let's go back to the Databricks workspace and let's create the data frame. Okay, so I've created a new notebook, PySpark's Basic Session 1. So in this session, we're going to see how to create a data frame. Okay, we are going to, like, there are multiple ways to create data frame. Meaning you can either read from the file, or you can read from CSV file which is available in the ADLS, or you can just hard code it, or you can just take the data from one join and then assign to the data frame. There are multiple ways, but we shall start with a very basic thing, like how we can hard code the for data, and then for schema also, and how we can do the basic transformation. Since it's the very first session, I don't want to go very further, so I'm gonna create a new session. I have what to call new cell. Okay, from PySpark.sql import Spark session. Okay. So first and foremost, we should import the Spark session, and then next Spark equal to Spark session dot builder dot get create. Okay, so we are creating the Spark session. After that, we are going to create a data frame. So to create a data frame, the syntax is df equal to spark dot create data frame, and you'll have a data and schema, data comma schema. But I have to define the data, right? So that I'm going here and defining the data. So the data, as an interest of time, I just already copied from browser. Already copied this data. So if you see here, just 5 rows and 5 columns data, meaning only limited data I have, so that it will be easy for us to understand the concept. So the data equal to is a variable, right? So I'm assigning data here, and schema also. Okay, schema and as what's the schema? ID name age department. Okay, it's already prompting, so I'm just giving tab so that it will be done. So schema also we are assigning. Maybe we can give like columns. Any name we can give. I'm just assigning schema. I'm assigning columns to the schema, so that LUMNS. Okay, and finally you're displaying. So you can display df. Okay, and control enter. Control enter. Let's see. So I'm connected to the serverless compute. We can earlier we have to create a cluster, but serverless compute will directly take care of allocating the nodes and what is the memory and all those things. It will take care by itself. So that's good thing that Databricks has introduced this one. So if you see here, the basic data frame is created. So with the columns ID name, whatever the columns that we define now, with that column names, all the data, 5 data should be there. Let's see, 5 rows and 5 columns. Okay. So let's go for the basic transformation. Now I'm gonna create a new cell. Going for the markdown. Providing 3 basic transformations. Okay. So this is the, so I'm going for new thing. So let's start with select. Okay. My data frame is stored into the variable called df, right? So I'm just gonna select df. So select is basically if we have n number of columns. Here we have only 5 columns, but in real time you will be having n number of columns. Out of which you'll be interested only in selecting few columns. In our case, I'm just gonna select name and the department. Okay. So let's say in that case df dot select simply name and department. Okay. And I'm storing this to df underscore select variable called df underscore select, and I'm displaying this display of df underscore select. Oh God. CD. Okay. So control enter. So out of all the columns, we are able to select only the 2 columns which is mentioned in the select class. Okay. And going for the next one, I would say simple thing is df dot filter. The filter is like if you wanted, like just like a var class in the SQL, no? The var class you will apply if you wanted to eliminate some data based on a condition, we will use var class in the SQL. Likewise, here we will use filter class. Like in this case, I'm just gonna do uh, name equal to, or if or salary equal to greater than 60,000. Okay, if I give df dot filter and I give df dot salary greater than 60,000. Okay, right. 60,000 means it should be only one record. 65,000 alone should come, right? So going back here, I just want to assign to some data frame df dot filter df underscore filter and copying here and control enter. So only one record is written. So this is one. This is two. Now you saw the 2 transformation. One is the first one is select. Second one is filter. And third one, I would say with column. With column is the most commonly used transformation. That is, if you wanted to perform some, if you wanted to create new column, we use with column. Or if you wanted to change, I want to say, transform some data in the existing data frame, then at that time also we use with column only. So in my case, I am going to create a new column. Maybe the column name is bonus. So bonus is something your 10% of bonus you would be getting. So let's assume that we are going to get 10% of bonus. So I'm going to include one more column here. So for that I'm going to use with column. Okay. Here I'm going to use df with column or df with just the name. Okay. df dot with column. Sorry, dot with column. It's already prompting for bonus. So this is reading my mind. So let's say bonus. Bonus, I would say df dot salary. Maybe this time I will give 20%. 20 divided by 100 is 0 0.2. 0 0.2. Okay. And gonna display only with, so that because every time we are not select. I mean, we are doing on top of the original data frame. Original data frame is the DF. So in this data, so for all the rows, I mean all the 5 rows and 5 columns, we will be having what to say, the bonus would be calculated. Okay, we are not doing on top of the filter class. We are doing on top of the DF data frame only. Okay, let's run this. So if we see, the bonus column is like you had the 20% of bonus, 0.2, right? So 20% of bonus would be this much amount. 50,000, 20% it is 10,000. Okay, likewise, so bonus is calculated. Uh, so we have seen select, filter, and with column. What else? Let's see the aggregate function. Aggregate is like if you wanted in the SQL, you might have seen the aggregate functions like sum, average, min, max, lead, lag, and all. So those are the aggregate functions. So in the PySpark, how we can do is like let's say df dot group by. So what we are gonna do? So group by for what we can do is okay, all the departments. Okay, I'm just changing this to instead of marketing, I'm changing this to IT. So for and this also for HR. I'm just changing. Okay, for each department, let's say how much is the summation of the salary. Let's see. Okay, so group by department dot aggregation of summation of salary, and I wanted to give the alias as sal. Okay, and I'm assigning to DF group. Okay, you should enter supported operands. Okay, I have to. Okay, I have to include this import. Just doing it, accept and run and give, but not here. Just making my code ugly. Fine. Since I changed here, I have to run all the cells. So I'm running all the cells. So let's go and verify once. Import sum I've added. Df dot group by department allocation sum of salary alias. Okay. Actually, alias student here. Okay. I'm giving run out. So the department name is changed. So two department we have, two HR department, two IT department, one finance department. So if I see here, the summation of salaries for each department, what is the summation of salaries? So what we found. So what is the other one? If we wanted to drop column, that also can be done. For example, let's say I have a age column here. No, I have the ID column. So ID column I wanted to drop. In that case, we can use. So on the original data frame, I'm df dot drop. I'm giving. So okay, so drop of ID. Oh, I think it is reading my mind. So df ID. I'm giving. Or df drop. I should. Okay, so out of 4 columns, now only it is sorry, out of 5 columns, it is now ID column got dropped. Only 4 columns is now there. Okay, and if I wanted to rename the column name also, that's possible. Instead of name, I can give full name and all. Likewise, let's say df column with column renamed. Name is equal to full name. Df underscore rename. Control enter. So you see your name has been changed to full name. So these are some basic transformations. We have similar to that we have a number of transformation we shall cover up in the next sessions, and with that transformation we shall see and work out some problems also. Okay, let's see how with this transformation how we can solve the solution. Likewise, we can see I'll come up with some examples. We shall see in the upcoming sessions. Thank you.